Yeah, so growing up in Galesburg, being around the fire service, of course, with my father being a fireman, we've been very fortunate that there hadn't been any line of duty deaths, in my career, in my life as a kid in Galesburg. There had been one in Monmouth that made it kind of real, and we knew that firemen die. We knew that could happen, and so we all entered the academy knowing this is a possibility. About 100 firemen a year are killed, so it's about every third day somebody doesn't come home from work. Um, the moment the towers fell, and when that instructor mouths those words, well, there goes several hundred firemen. I think it just became real, to all of us that we're entering a career. Although we don't have buildings like that, and we may not ever have to respond to anything like that, there is a reality that this is something that could affect any one of us. It could be us personally. It could be someone we work with. It could be one of our best friends. So I think it just made it real. Several of the instructors from the institute over those next 6 weeks of academy were taking turns flying out to New York City, and they were kind of rotating out. There were several firemen from New York City. One name I remember was Andy Fredericks. Andy Fredericks was a lieutenant on one of the first in engines, and he was a regular instructor at the academy, and everybody knew him and knew him well. And he was one of the ones that was killed, in that initial collapse. So we were surrounded by instructors that personally knew firemen that were killed out there. Well, there were so many firemen that died so fast. As the funeral started to happen over those next few weeks, there wasn't enough firemen nationwide to give them the proper respect and the proper funerals, the proper firemen's funerals. So firemen from all over the country were going to New York just to attend funerals. They may go to several a day. So anytime an instructor wasn't in class, we knew that he was out in New York City just attending funerals. And Andy Frederick's funeral was one that we remember that specifically because a lot of instructors went out for that one and were gone for that time period, and that one was pretty personal because they knew him well.